The Trump administration, through the Department of Homeland Security, has essentially issued a cease and desist order, if you will, to a group of documentary filmmakers that have been working with this administration since 2017. Here's what happened. 2017, a documentary crew wanted to come into this administration and document everything with ICE and Trump administration's immigration policies. And the Trump administration at the time thought that this would be a good idea, help sell it to the public a little bit. Let's make this happen. So the group spent, 3.5 years working with them on this documentary, filming everything they could. But now suddenly, with the documentary set to debut next month, Trump administration's DHS comes out and says, nope, you can't do this. You cannot release this documentary till after the election. Oh, and by the way, we're going to need all your raw footage too. And we're going to tell you to delete some things. We're going to make you also take out any footage that is unflattering to ICE or Department of Homeland Security or the Trump administration in general. If you've got anything bad on tape, we're going to take that footage, delete it, and pretend like none of that ever happened. But of course, after the election, you're free to release your heavily edited by us documentary. Just you cannot do it at all before the election. And there's a reason for that, folks. The reason is because most Americans do not side with Donald Trump on the issue of immigration. Sorry, they just don't. And if that weren't bad enough, they sure as hell don't side with this administration with their treatment of immigrants in custody. They don't agree with it. They don't like it. They don't want to see it. And I'm sure this administration doesn't want them to see what they were saying behind the scenes. These filmmakers with Netflix were given unfettered access to this administration, to things that the general public never knew about, never heard about, never saw, nothing. This was going to be an absolutely groundbreaking documentary coming out 3 months prior to the election. That's a big deal. And now they're trying to kill it because they realized, wow, we're already losing in the polls spectacularly. We're losing on the economy now. We're losing on handling the pandemic. We're losing on the issue of race. For God's sake, we can't lose on the issue of immigration too, so we've got to stop the documentary. Question I have is, what did you think was going to happen? I mean, suppose everything that's happening in this country right now wasn't happening. If we were just operating business as usual, and you knew this documentary was going to come out that had really bad footage of you guys, did you think nobody would care about it if everything else was okay? No, that's actually not how that works at all. It would have been a much bigger story, to be honest with you, if we weren't going through everything else we're going through. People would have focused more on that. So, best of luck trying to stop this. You gave them access. You allowed them to do this. And now you're going to live with the consequences of the public seeing what you're really like behind the scenes.